Welcome to another episode of Creature Madness. And I am your host, Gus, from Askewed Reviews. So, if you don't know what Creature Madness is, let me explain it for you. This is a creation by my friend Matthew over at Horror Madness. He decided to create a movie club that acts like a book club, where each time we watch a creature feature, and then each of us involved does our own review on the film. Now, aside from myself and Matthew, the other members of this club are Ashley, Karen, Ryan, Jen, Amariah, and Bambi. And speaking of Bambi, it was her turn to choose a movie for us to watch. And she chose the 2017 film The Ritual, directed by David Bruckner. So, this is one of my favorite spooky in the woods horror movies. If you've never seen it before, you absolutely need to go and do so. So, let me tell you what the story is for this one. We have five friends who plan an annual trip where they just go and do something each year. Now, this time around, there's been some random suggestions thrown out, but one of the members of their group suggests taking a hike through a part of Sweden. Now, at first, everyone kind of laughs it off and doesn't really take it serious. But when that friend and one of his other friends go into a shopping mart to potentially pick up some alcohol, some robbers come in and actually manage to take out this one friend. So now the other four remaining friends decide to do this trip 6 months later, where they're going to hike through Sweden. Now, the area where they decide to take this hike is full of rolling hills and plenty of woods. And at one point, the group decides that it's just going to be faster to go through the woods instead of taking the defined path that, of course, would take longer, but is not quick enough for them. As they journey through the woods, they begin to see some very odd things, including strung up animals and some weird markings on trees. They eventually run into what appears to be some sort of cabin or cottage that's in the middle of these woods and try to stay there overnight out of the storm. In the morning, each one of them wakes up out of a nightmare like state, some of them not even being in the same room that they started off the night in. They attempt to use a compass and map to hopefully find a way out of this forest, but it seems more and more likely that they're just completely lost. And to make matters worse, something is following them and potentially hunting down each of them. I really won't say much more about this because it's a very fun journey to be able to experience for yourself. If you'd like to watch The Ritual, it is currently streaming for free on Netflix. And at least for me, in my opinion, I'm giving this movie a 4 out of 5. There was a lot to enjoy about this movie. I thoroughly enjoyed the story, and I don't say this very often because I watch so many horror movies, but it legitimately creeped me out at moments. The only kind of downside, and it's not so much of a downside, but I guess a detractor that I wish they would have worked on, is getting to know the main characters just a little bit more. We got to know one of them pretty good, but I would have liked to have gotten to know the other ones maybe just a little bit better. Now, a spoiler warning, this is the part in Creature Madness where I'm about to go more in depth on the creature that was in the film. So if you haven't seen this already, go watch the movie and then come back to this. Or if you don't mind spoilers, or if you have actually seen this, stick around for a little bit of extra information. So this Lovecraftian-like nightmare of a creature right here is a Jotun named Moder. Now, in the Swedish or Norse mythology, a Jotun is normally a giant. But this thing is gigantic, but it definitely is a lot more than just that. It appears to be some sort of an amalgamation of an elk mixed with a human being. Its head, technically, is the torso of a human being with arms, but then it also has antlers attached to the top of it, and its eyes are technically a bit further down on its body, but it kind of has the body type of like a very big elk. I mean, this thing is absolutely crazy, and I love the creature creation for this film. This creature does appear to be worshipped like a god, although not by choice from everyone in the village. It also has some sort of telepathic ability where it can read your thoughts, and then it has the ability of using those thoughts to make hallucinations to really mess with you. If I was to meet this creature in the woods, I think I'd just give up. I don't think there's any way that I'm going, hey, I'm getting out of this alive. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to see what everyone else in the group did for their video on this movie, just look up the hashtag Creature Madness.